Hey guys, what's up? Green Machine Sam back with another video, and today we have another episode of Washington Football Team Rebuild, Madden 21 Rebuild. This is a fantasy rebuild, and we are in Season 3 of it. Out of the 20 years, we are trading some pieces away, some guys that are coming off contract, some guys that are older and regressing, trading for some pretty nice pieces in Ed Oliver and Michael Pierce. We're trading away a couple O-linemen and a fullback for some picks. At this point, I thought we could be a good enough team to at least make the playoffs and make a deep push. We weren't really, so I decided let's just blow it up. Let's get some pieces back in here. Let's reset the cap penalty and get some just better players in here. Players that aren't going to regress and aren't coming off contract anytime soon. Uh, you just have to do what you have to do. And that's something I never understood about people that, do rebuilds. For some reason, they just don't like trade people who are coming off contract that they don't want, or they don't, do stuff to put themselves in the best circumstances. It always seems like they just sit there and just say, "I'm good where I'm at. I'm going to try to draft and sign a guy in free agency and have no money left after the third year, and we're just going to hope that we can make the playoffs." Like I never understand that. But here's some rookies that we did end up drafting: uh, Levi Callaway, center, 66 out of Boise State. Didn't even notice he was a left-hander. I don't even think Madden lets you snap left-handed in this game because they're fucking stupid. Tyrone Cunningham, number 69, out of Arizona center. Uh, so, like I said, this is season 3. I haven't uploaded this in a while. Because it's a longer video, so it takes more time to record, edit, put together all that fun stuff, and get it out. As well as the fact that I just pushed it off for the longest time. I did the Houston Texans rebuild. I was doing Carolina stuff. I was doing other stuff. I was enjoying games that I wasn't recording, so it was a weird state. Jaleel Weary here, left-hander out of LSU, right end. Could be more of a outside backer for us, but he's gonna stay at right end. Uh, we also took, who was that? Barker. Uh, yeah, I haven't actually played this in probably a couple, almost 2 weeks now. So hopefully, I kind of remember the gist of what goes on. I'm going to try to make these videos a little bit shorter because, as you may see, it is 31 minutes. Take a corner here, Henry Archibald. If you want to see their overalls, they'll be in the depth chart, of course, but then they'll also be in the last video. If you guys missed that, Season 3 should be in the playlist, should be down in the description, as well as you can just click on my channel and go find it. I have all my videos separated into playlists. You know, I just I don't like the clutter of having all the videos, and if you want to search for something in particular, then you have to, scroll through. Uh, I personally like it that way. Now, yes, of course, other YouTubers can do what they want. It's their channels. And thank you guys so much for the 15,000 views. We just eclipsed 15,000 views. We're almost at 90 subs. Who knows? We might be at 90 subs by the time this comes out. I'm at 15,000 views. I appreciate it, guys. Uh, if I was monetized, apparently I think it's for every 1,000 views, you get $2 in ad revenue, as long as you're monetized and kid friendly. I guess technically you get $2 for every 1,000 views. I'd have 30 bucks, but I'm not monetized. You have to have, I think, what is it like? Is it 1,000 subs or is it 10,000 subs and 1,000 watch hours monthly? I don't know. There's weird requirements now. I haven't really looked into it because we're nowhere near it. But thank you guys for the support on the roster updates. Thank you so much for the support on the channel in general. I really appreciate it. I love seeing that you guys enjoy the content, or that you guys just need the content in general for the fact of the updates. I appreciate it so much. Some of the reason why I started Barker over McCutcheon is because I think he had a star development. Well, he had a star or better development trait. He had the hidden development trait. So there's no point in letting McCutcheon keep playing. And I think McCutcheon even had star, but I was just like, he's a year younger. He has an extra year on his contract. All this and that. I did decide to start Archibald just in the rare occurrence that he balls the fuck out, gets star, and is just an awesome player. But I don't think he did. I think he actually played very, very badly, and we ended up making the switch at the mid-season because we were just playing badly. Also, in this rebuild, if you're not familiar with it, my type of rebuild for the 20 year, You do one season per episode, just like the 5 years. I only do one season per episode. Makes them a little bit longer, makes them a little bit more enjoyable, and you're not watching an hour-long video. You might not get bored halfway through and just say, fuck it, I'm done. It also improves my stats on YouTube, technically, because then you'll watch a full season, and if you don't want to watch anymore, then you don't have to come back for the next video, and you're not, you know. And I'm not saying that's messing up my stats, because, you know, you know what I'm talking about. If you've done YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, if you're not familiar with this series, I go one season at a time for one episode. I do more of an in-depth type of thing where I do play a couple games. I personally go through and simulate each week and see how everything turns out. Upgrade the players weekly. You won't see a lot of that because it will just make the video an hour long. Even if I speed ran it and just auto upgraded everybody and did everything, it'll still be like an hour long. So I don't do that. I just cut it down to, you know, showing the depth chart, showing mid-season and showing playoffs, showing, you know, the team, all this fun stuff, showing signees, some gameplay, all that fun stuff. So this is actually probably my longest videos now on the channel, because Carolina Panthers franchise is down to about like 20-22 minutes now, just for the simple fact that I have found a way that I can make it a lot better. I found a way that I can upload those videos, and they're not 45 minutes long and just super boring, because I'm doing bigger plays, 2 games of video, stuff like that. But if I remember correctly, we made the playoffs last year and we got our like shit pushed in, if I remember correctly, because Chris Smart was still just not very good. You know, it happens. You know, you just put the best team out there. If your team gets their shit pushed in, that's their fault. And I've always heard the thing like, why don't you keep more players from the original team? Doesn't it make it feel not genuine? No, it doesn't. It makes it feel better because I'm making my team as good as possible as quickly as possible. I don't want to sit there watching my team go fucking 8-8 for 3 seasons while I develop players. Like, if I have a simple solution, which is, hey, this guy's coming off contract in a year, I don't need him, this team has a player that's a backup that I want, I'm gonna do it. It's really that simple, and I get shit for it sometimes, and I'm like, but some of you guys rebuild, like, I've seen videos on TikTok that have thousands of views, and these motherfuckers are signing free agents and then trading them. I'm like, so you're telling me if I were to go on a TikTok and do my rebuilds, I'd probably get thousands of views as well. So I'm probably actually gonna start a TikTok to announce like roster updates and stuff like this. And I get a pick with Khalil Hudson. He's only a pass coverage linebacker. I'm only upgrade pass coverage on him because, you know, superstar. It doesn't matter. He's gonna play well in sim. So. We also are running a 2 running back system. And people always ask me, why do you trade for running back after 3 or 4 years and just have like 2 good running backs? A, you don't have a cap penalty on them, so you can get rid of them whenever you want. And B, whenever you draft or sign a running back, they always seem unbalanced. They're like elusive in power, or they're elusive in receiving, and so they can't do the third thing. And when you start to split that time more in between running back like minis, it seems like they just don't perform as well. Deontay Harris, another glitchy guy, is a superstar. I'm not quite sure if Jamal Agnew had superstar at this point before I started this series. Up 21-0 here in the second quarter. We're going to drop back to pass, finding frickin' Warren back in the end zone. He's very underrated. He's another receiver where it's like, he's not playing with good QBs in real life either, and he's putting up numbers, which is really weird. Kind of like Allen Robinson, like he had Blake Bortles, Nick Foles, and Mitchell Trubisky, and he's putting up numbers. I don't want to rant on the Bears, but I don't know if I want to do a video on them. They just lost to the Rams. Major time. Fucking terrible. That was almost going to remind me of the, what was it, the Cam Chancellor Megatron play, where he got like punched out the back of the end zone. And then Chase Young's hair is apparently 26 feet long and straight back. Thanks, Madden, as well as, what was that, Sidney Jones. Madden, you're a dog shit fucking company. Oh yeah, and on Madden 21, I can no longer put Madden in the description. I tried to go update it, and it said I was using profane words, and that it would not be allowed and tolerated on the site. I can't put EA, I can't put Madden, I can't put a couple other like words related to EA. Like, what? I don't even think you can put the hashtags that were trending in there. I don't think you can put like NFL Drop 2, NFL Drop EA, or like Fix Madden franchise. I don't think you can, if I remember correctly. All I know is you can't put Madden, you can't put EA in the description anymore. So if that's why the description is a little weird on the next web strip of P-Cast Line, I literally can't put those words in there because they consider them profane. So, as we do end up being the New England Patriots, 26-7. Seems like anytime we're the ones that are leading in takeaways, or if it's at least even, it seems like we win. And that just seems like for everything, every mode I do, well, for every franchise or rebuild I do, is as long as you're leading. And now, granted, that's true in real life as well, but, you know. As we do re-sign De'Aaron Payne and Cleat Hudson. If you're wondering why they're getting such high salary, it's because then you don't have cap penalty. What I like to do is increase the salary. Now, yes, you will have, in the later years, higher cap hits, but in those later years, you won't have cap penalties, where if you trade them, you're stuck with the money anyway, and there's no point in trading them anyway. This prevents me getting stuck in sticky situations, and the only people that I'm really losing money on to trade them are people that I personally draft, which more than likely than not, if they didn't perform well, they're getting traded within the first 2 seasons anyway, so I don't care. Okay, my controller dropped, and I didn't feel like having that in the audio, so not gonna, so if I sound cut off there, that's why. So ended up being the Seahawks 21-7 as well. So we're ending the season, I'm pretty sure, because this would have been the 3rd game in the regular season. We're ending the season on a good note. Now remember, I just pick out 3 teams to play against, whether it's because it seems like a good matchup or whatever. Chris Smart with 3,800 yards, 29 touchdowns, 12 picks. If he would have been at 30 touchdowns, I would have been real happy, and 4,000 yards, it would have been a great season, but it wasn't. Saquon and Nick Chubb combined for over 2,300 yards and 33 touchdowns. I think this is the way to go. You either need to have 2 really good receivers or 2 good running backs, and you will absolutely dominate. Now, Nick Chubb did only have a 3.9 yard per carry, but it's good enough because you will pick up first downs with that very, very easily. Deontay Harris, my glitchy boy, 952 yards, 9 touchdowns. Matt Phillips, 836 yards, 7 touchdowns. McLaurin, 800 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Kelsey with 765 yards and 6 touchdowns. Nobody really popped off, but there were some good receivers here. Saquon Barkley also had his fair share of catches. And then this is probably one of the best O-lines I've seen in terms of sack numbers, but it's still not great. I don't think any offensive line, well, not any, but most offensive lines don't give up that many sacks per year. Chase Young and Michael Pierce with 11 tackles for a loss each. Ed Oliver with 9, Khalil Mack with 8, Cleat Hudson with 7, De'Aaron Payne with 5, 17 sacks for Khalil Mack, 12.5 for Ed Oliver, Chase Young with 9.5, Michael Pierce with 6, Aaron Baker with 3.5, and De'Aaron Payne with 3. Chase Young just never seems to get sacks. In Madden 20 and in Madden 21, he never seems to get sacks. A bunch of handful of players getting picks: J.C. Jackson, Jonathan Abram, CGJ, Aaron Baker, Cleat Hudson, Kendall Fuller, and Sidney Jones, all having at least 1 pick or more. 3 forced fumbles, 1 for Baker. If I'll scroll down, I can see the other ones. If not, then I'm just going to say, okay, that's cool. Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson each forced fumbles as well. Fumble recoveries, 1 for Baker, 1 for J.C. Jackson. So Khalil Mack did not get his. Blocked kick from Khalil Mack. Safeties, none. Touchdowns, 1 for CGJ. TJJ is an awesome player. I liked him coming out of college. Because what I used to do is I used to do auto-generated draft classes, and then what I would do is I would go like online and basically see where everybody was ranking, and wherever I picked a player, I would just find a player in that was mocked to go in that round, and I would grab their name, grab their stuff, and put it on the player. Uh, because then I don't have to do the whole draft class. Of course, this was before I did rebuild. I could do that as well for now if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. I think it's more fun having random draft classes. Uh, Madden needs to fix the draft classes. I was actually thinking about going in and like designing maybe like 20 of them and like letting you guys have them, and it would basically just be like 20 random draft classes. Or anytime I do a rebuild, I would save it. I'd go in, save it, and then edit it later, just to, have a good draft class. I can mess with it. Yeah, no defensive players. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think we had any offensive rookies. Yeah, no. If we did, it was an O lineman. Barker and Archibald at 2 and 3 for defensive rookies of the year. Don't check the other ones because it doesn't really matter because you only get XP from those. Which I think if you win any of the awards, I think you should automatically get moved up to star. If you're at normal anyway. I think if you're at star, you should have to have, I don't know. I think there should be better progressions. and
Up second and goal.
I think it should be easier to get from star to do the star instinct. Saquon with his touchdown. Good running from him. I am using sliders from the Carolina Panthers season, so decent on the run, not great on the pass. Okay on the defensive side, and stop them after a while, but they have to make mistakes. J.C. Jackson gets a pick here in the playoffs against Detroit. 7-0 is the score in the first quarter.
Jackson down at the 17-yard line.
2nd and 8 here in the third quarter now. Clock winding down, throwing a pass from the corner over the head of the linebacker. And he just never saw the ball coming. McLaurin will get his first receiving touchdown of the day, making it 16-0, probably going to be 17-0 once the kicker comes out. We ended up winning the game 24-3. The defense really stepped up and played its part. It was not a passing game here. Only 138 yards passing for Chris Smart. He's just... If I had to make an accurate description of Chris Smart, he kind of reminds me of Trubisky. He never had the accuracy, and he still doesn't. And he has decent legs. He can move around. He can make the right read sometimes, and he can throw a good ball every now and then, but he just can't put it all together, it seems like. And then Saquon just going to run a, what is that, the slam play? The slam or the ram? Whatever. It's one of those two plays, pretty powerful. Just going to run it in. Later in the game, Green Bay just announced a big comeback. We finally start putting up points again. After 2020 in the fourth quarter, they're starting to drive, and we need a stop, so I hop in once again. 3 minutes left to play. They're going to try to find 87, and Khalif Hudson is going to take it back. Try to make Jordan Love miss, and he will tackle him down at the 18-yard line. Khalif Hudson dancing on their asses. Going to motion Kelsey, so we can get him on this stretch play, get an extra blocker out there, since he is a very good blocking tight end. He's not great. I don't think he's on the level of Kittle or Gronk or some of the other top guys, but I definitely think he's a good blocking tight end. He's not bad by any means, especially compared to some other people. Ingram, Graham, Ricky Seals-Jones, I'm looking at you fuckers. Dude, those guys can't fucking run block for shit. They really can't. So 3rd and goal here, going to drop back to pass looking. I knew it was man coverage after motion. Deontay Harris, I knew he was going to be open on this out route, so I just threw it. Hopefully, I was hoping they would stay in balance. 3rd and 6. At their 29, going to pass back to throw, and he will just lob it and it
Get
will
off
be
the
nowhere near
field.
Funches. And Sidney Jones will take it back for a touchdown. And if you didn't hear that, somebody actually said get off the field. I have a funny story about this. In one of the Panthers videos, I don't know if you guys heard it or if it has even come out yet. It probably has. I think it was like week 15 or so of last season, of season 1. Somebody said, why don't you take your helmet off and kiss me next time? No joke. I was weirded out. I was like, excuse me, the fuck did you just say? So we're taking on the Jaguars. You wouldn't believe it. Would you believe me if I told you the Jags are taking on the Washington football team in 4 years from 2020? You'd be like, that sounds a little fishy. And one of the QBs that would be leading the Jags would be James Winston. You'd be like, yeah. And Bill Belichick is now the coach of, like the what are some of the Canadian teams? I don't know. I don't have any off the top of my head. I hate how you can't go back and like revisit some of the old uniforms now with the football team because they're the football team and they're not called the R word anymore. Which I don't know if this is 100% true, but didn't it come out that the native team that they were representing, or the native team, or that like some of the natives that like
Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
enjoyed watching the Redskins weren't even mad at white people who were upset that a team was called the Redskins? Like, no offense, if I had a team named the fucking Gingers, I would be pretty happy. But then again, 5 cents doesn't matter. And hit 2 field goals. I like fucking with it, just barely trying to squeak in. Because then if I fuck up, then it's going to look dumb as shit. Just going to throw a deep pass here. I thought he was open. Ronnie Harrison gets over there and makes the pick. He's going to actually take it out, and he's going to get big yardage off of it all the way out to about the 28, 27 yard line. So, started this just a couple days before Ronnie Harrison actually got traded to the Browns. I think he's on concussion protocol. We're going to hit Deontay Harris in the corner of the end zone there on a little corner route. He's 5'6", but he can still catch better than you can. He likes dancing with the lineman. Bobby Monroe out there. Squeeze the defensive line, sends pressure. He's going to throw it out to Leviscus. Leviscus is going to make Casey Jackson trying to go jumping for the ball, but he's just not going to come away with the pick. A handoff here to, who is that? I forget who that was. Like Aaron Jones. They end up not giving us the ball, and so they are at the 2 yard line. Apparently, he didn't fumble. And James Winston literally walked in. If you told me James Winston would be playing in the Super Bowl in 2024, I would call you fucking dumbass. Like no offense, James Winston wasn't a bad QB. I swear to God, somebody says, well, he's better than your QB because he has Trubisky and Nick Foles. I don't care. I know my QB's bad. I called him fucking bad as soon as he drafted. So, we end up going up 24-16 here, making it an 8-point game. So even if they score, they have to come away with a 2-point conversion. After a 3-and-out and then punching the ball back to us, going to run with Saquon. He's going to hit the edge and make one-man miss and get down to the 30-yard line. We're going to punch it away later in the drive. They have no timeouts left. Throwing back pass, finding their running back. He's just stopping. Hits upfield. I tried conservative tackling him, but apparently that doesn't like to work. And then I just fell asleep here. I was looking at my phone. I'm not gonna lie. We ended up stopping them later in the drive. I'm pretty sure. Did that say 19? I was rubbing my eye. So we ended up winning our first Super Bowl. I don't know if the Redskins ever had a Super Bowl. I don't think they did. No, they do. They do, don't they? They do because they won one in the, I would like to say the 90s. Because then the, yeah, because didn't they get one against the Bills? Because one of their coaches was a dumbass and called the Redskins a bunch of hogs. their linemen a bunch of hogs and they came out and like beat their fucking ass. Which, no offense, I never understood that. Like, I need extra motivation to go hard in this game. Like, why aren't you going hard in general? Like, I never understood that. Like, I need motivation. I need to get hyped to go hard. Like, no, I'll just go hard like normal. A lot of these guys are 550K contracts, bringing them in. Backups at best or rotation pieces for some key positions, including safety, tight end, line, and uh, fuck, what was the other one? No clue. Ended up bringing in plenty of O linemen, a tight end, and a defensive tackle. Uh, yeah, just backup pieces at best. Rotation pieces maybe, but other than that, they're nothing special. They're not gonna instantly change us from a Super Bowl winning team to a two-time Super Bowl winning team. And I end up trading what the fuck is his name? Connor Williams and some picks for some more picks. Gonna be trading down as well. I just don't remember this draft all this well. All I know is I just couldn't find anybody that I really liked. Trading the 12 and the 17 for a 1 and a 2 of next year. So we are losing a little bit of trade value here, but hey, it's the only thing that I could get done. Felix Young here is a mid second round pick projected. He has early first round talent. He's 6'6" and he's a beast. He's a 76 overall, number 4 in the class. Took him at number 25. He's very, very good. The only problem is he is 23 years old coming out of the draft. Gordon Davis here is a strong safety, 6'4", 196 pounds, 21 years old, out of Oklahoma State, number, what is that, 2 in the class. Took him at 32. I think I actually end up moving him to middle linebacker next season. Austin Hawkinson. I'm just tired of Chris Smart, and I want a new quarterback. So Austin Hawkinson, and I just don't want to pay a QB out of Iowa State, is going to be our new quarterback. Ryan Whalen, a run stopper, 22 years old, 6'3", 242 pounds, 74 overall, number 11 in the class. Took him at 43. Gonna trade some picks and Jermaine Ifedi for some more picks. Gets a second and 2 sevens for Jermaine Ifedi and 2 fours of this year. Not bad value whatsoever. Lucas Clifford, going to take another QB, see if we can get hit on both of them. He's a 71 overall, number 26 in the class. We took him at number 49, 6 foot, 227, 21 years old, out of San Diego State. Kevin Nobles, number 25 in the class, took him at number 51, 6'4", 264 pounds, 23 years old, out of BYU. Not a bad value for the pick. Trading 3 5s for a 3 of next year. I just don't have anything that I want here, so there's no point in taking somebody that I don't want. Taking a fullback here, Jimmy McIntyre, 6'3", 236 pounds, 21 years old, out of SMU, utility fullback, number 22 in the class. Took him at sometime in the 6th. Looks decent. He's not bad at all. This is the draft class, and this is how it goes. We ended up starting really strong. We slowly fizzled off on the later rounds, but you know, it definitely wasn't a bad draft at all. There's definitely going to be some starters in here, and there's definitely going to be some role and key players in here. No doubt about it. Uh, the QBs will depend on who I want to start. I'm probably going to start Hawkinson. I do end up starting Hawkinson if you really want a spoiler, because he does have a development trait. Overall, this was not a bad draft class. This will definitely set the future and the precedent for the team. Uh, Yeah. It will, and we still have 44 million left over in cap room, even after getting these guys on and having their bonuses on the team. I think one thing I'm gonna have to do is just limit myself to draft picks, or I'll run out of money and it will be a Miami Dolphins 50-year rebuild all over again, where I have to tear the team down in season 9, and I don't have enough time to restart the team, and I have to make big trades to even get started again. One thing I am not looking forward to is the progression. The progression system sucks in Madden. So you'll have to have 3 different running backs on the team for the 3 different, types of running backs. Ryan Whalen will be rocking about like a Khalil Mack look for him, and like a Lorenzo Carter look. Felix Young, just going with something simple. Big guy. He'll probably take over for Michael Pierce if I remember correctly, because Michael Pierce only had like 2 years on his contract, so I was planning on trading him. Gordon Davis, strong safety, number 44. Actually, I think I leave him at strong safety because we have linebackers as of right now and I wanted to get rid of the strong safety we had currently. Austin Hawkinson, number 12 out of Iowa State. When you wear number 12 and you come from a school not known for big talent, uh, Iowa State has had its recognizable names, but not a big name school for NFL talent. Kevin Nobles will wear number 47 right end. Jimmy McIntyre number 30, looking like a beast of a fullback, gonna run your ass over, and gonna be blocking down the field. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Turn on post notifications. Lucas Clifford with a normal backup look, kind of. I don't know. I just wasn't really prepared to use them. With that being said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Turn on post notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys like any of my content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell, and follow me on Twitch because I am starting to live stream over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, check out my Twitter too if I have it linked. So I'm out. Peace.